This is a little filler video. I decided on the last one that this was done. I'm going to do one little tiny bit more. I did it yesterday. I'm going to do it a little darker, which is filling in a little more blue here to exaggerate that the eyes are looking that way. And then it'll be done. I'm going to put it up next to the TV and look at it for a while, but it's now when I'm finished and I'm gazing stage. So I'm just going to do that little bit with it, and I wanted to fill that in. I also had, let's see, on the, I think it was video number 29, I ran out of space on the camera. And nothing beeped, or if it did, I didn't recognize it, but it just ran out of space, and I'm not sure where. But it didn't catch one thing that I really was so happy that happened while while it was being recorded. But I had my paintbrush, and I was working on in this part, trying to get rid of this little dot here, and I'd gone back in with different things, and I thought, I don't know what I picked up, but I picked up, I think, a little bit of red. And then I wiped my brush here where apparently I had wiped off a heavy bit of yellow at some point. You know, watercolor picks up and yellow picks up. If you leave it here, it's just like a palette. I don't really know what happened. I see some yellow down here. And I went in and I put it, and there was this bright yellow in here. And I went, oh well. And I took it out and I said, that's a hand of God color. I don't know where that came from. It's like I wiped my brush off like this with clear water, and it picked up some yellow in here, and I put it down and it was bright yellow. So I had that to work with. You know, I haven't shaded his nose all the way yet, and I'm going to do that blue. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that off camera. And this is a little filler video. There's another thing. I was talking at some point about getting the, this is pretty early on, getting the paper off of a watercolor block, not tablet, a watercolor block. A block has this gummed stuff all the way around, except for right here. And when you're ready to take it off, you can stick a knife or a letter opener in here. Well, I said, I went looking for my knife that I said it was lying on the floor for about a year, and I was wondering where to put it. I just now found it, and I found it in the most logical place it would be. In a place for incoming and outgoing mail, right there, or I could use it as a letter opener. Here it is, but it's a knife that's not real sharp. I'm not sure, you know, what it's for, but it's a nice little knife. And it's just right for wiggling into there to initiate cutting these things off and going around the edge. This one's popping up in several places on its own. The paper is very, very strong, and so is this stuff. It also pulled all the way off the back. Anyway, so that was my fill-in. Here's that knife I was looking everywhere for that makes a great letter opener and opening up things like this without doing any damage, and it's not a dangerously sharp item to have around. Okay, let's say that's that. That's all I wanted to say. This should probably be, I don't know, maybe I'll call this video number 30A or B or something like that. Or I'll just load this one in before I load in the one that I did last night. I took a little bit of time right before going to the Zoom meet on my porch was very hot, and the rain came up and it was nice and cool, and I was out there watching the Zoom meet. That was very, very nice, and it's cooler and overcast today. And I'm deeming this done, and I'm going to do those little bits of touch up on my own, and because I'm at the gazing point. This, I take it in, put it next to the TV, leave it over there where I can look back and forth and go, oh yeah, that little bit. So that's where we are, and that's some more time that's going to go in on it, but I think this is all that I'm going to record. And I'll have to make another one of the 5 different pieces. There are more, but this is the one that started out just with this brush and getting in that general shape and then leaving it to dry. So go back to the first video, watch the first ones, compare them with this. Go into the medium videos, because we're first looking at shape, and then we're refining the shape for a while, and then we get to the middle videos, and then we're sort of really refining shapes and colors and moving things around, and then the last few videos, we finally move on into the smallest detail brushes. And I'm watching the videos again to see if I can divide them up like that, because there is a pattern. Anyway, if you're watching this one randomly, check the playlist of the Shockboxx pet portrait videos, because I put the playlist there because it goes in, it'll play in order of 1, 2, 3, like that. I only recently discovered that. And thank you for watching these, and I hope that you will ask questions about any particular videos in the series that you see if you're following along, like just following these steps and using your own picture, right? It's like when every video in this series is a separate session, and usually a separate day, and not necessarily consecutive days. This has taken, this is September 10th, and I started it, I think, in July. Where's that drawing? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I took a side trip after the first two sessions, and to work up some details and figure out what the relationships of the heads and hands and arms and legs. It's a very, very complex pose, and I think that's one reason I enjoyed just continuing on with it, because I had to keep doing different things to figure it out, and each one informed the next one, and here we are. But it's bad. It's good, but it's bad. So, and this one's really, really, really good, and really, really, really bad. And this one's interesting. It's an abstract, and the abstract that came of it somehow came up bigger than this. I don't know what happened, but I learned a lot from that one, and that informed this one. And then this is back to that original little abstract. I finally got it into color, and I'm working on it now. I need to finish this so that I can take this and remove this painting and give myself a fresh piece of watercolor the same size as all the others to do the last one. It should be, well, never mind. I don't talk about things in advance. There is another one, and there's something of it here, and I'm not sure where it's going. So down another rabbit hole, no doubt. And I've discovered this may be my new method of working. I start something, and then I have to do this and that and the other to get all the information I need down a rabbit hole. But it makes for some nice series. If you subscribe, you won't be getting notifications in your mailbox or anything like that. This will just be on your feed, and I recommend doing that because it helps get my videos noticed. If you click on the bell, that's when you get notifications in your mailbox, you know, from anybody that, anyone on YouTube. Whenever someone uploads a video and you click the little bell, that's a notification icon, and you will get a message in your phone, right? And or not in your phone, but it'll show up on your notifications from all of your stuff on the screen. Anyway, so if you like to be notified when different people drop videos, click that bell icon. It's just, you know, people who regularly drop them at the same time, you know that they're coming. And I don't really have any of those unless it's something that I know is coming up in advance. I'll put the little bell, but I like just scrolling through what I have in my regular feed to see what I've got to look at. Well, you don't need to know all that, and I don't need to waste the time, the tape on it. No, the memory. I use this part of me just babbling on to put up a couple of, let's see, a subscribe icon is round, and then two different video squares will show. If you click on those, they will take you to those videos, and one of them will probably take you to the playlist, and one will take you to the previous or the following video. Thank you so much for taking the time to look at these.